Hi, my name is Tracy Cook, and welcome to the Faith-Based Women in Business series. Join us for an enlightening conversation with a woman who's not just a leader in her field, but she is a great game changer. Teresa Fink is blazing new trails and creating opportunities for others to follow. You don't want to miss any of the valuable insights and wisdom that Teresa has to share with us today. As a faith-based woman in business, welcome to the Podcast Empire series. How are you, Teresa?
Good. Thank you, Tracy. So glad to
Very
be here.
Oh, we are so glad to have you. We really, really are, because you are a woman of faith. You turn up online and you really embrace who you are with authenticity, and you really show people, into your life as well and why you do what you do. So I'm so intrigued today. Can you let us all know what you do and whereabouts you are?
I live in Kansas with my husband. We're empty nester parents. And I am a freelance proofreader. And it's something that I am just getting going. I have been I have been helping friends and family for a number of years with putting their best writing forward. And, God was just kind of nudging me in the right direction, I guess, over the years. And so finally, his nudge was big enough that I decided to get some training and to open my own freelance proofreading business. So that's what I'm working on at the moment, is getting that up and running.
And that is so needed, because so many people are jumping on and writing, memoirs and journals and all that good stuff. And you can come in and do the proofreading for that and make sure that it's going to be received by their audience, so that it's easily readable, so that it creates that relatability, and people get a real insight using their imagination to take that reader on that journey that the writer has done as well, because you're a best-selling author as well. So you know all about this. You're an expert in that field. And what do you believe that your faith has equipped you with your unique strengths and perspectives that have helped you succeed in your business, although it's a startup?
Well, I think I love my Catholic faith. It's been a godsend to me. And I just really think that it has shown me that we each have a purpose on this earth. Me, you, everybody on this earth has a purpose, and he is guiding us toward that purpose. He is leading us in the direction that he wants us to go. And so, like I said, he's been nudging me for years, and this was the final. I knew he knew that I wasn't ready to start that business yet about 10 years ago. So he's just been patiently waiting for me to be ready to start this. So he's just been guiding me. And I think that is my strength, is to know that he is my guide, and he is the person, or the source that I go to for my decisions and things like that, because it's up to him and his will. I'm just trying to complete my purpose that he has for me.
That's absolutely insightful. Thank you so much for sharing that. And I think a lot of faith-based and non-faith-based people can really relate with that, because we all need guidance and we all need a source to draw that from. And what are some specific ways that you incorporate, say, social responsibility into your business practices, and how do you measure the impact of those effects?
Well, because it's just getting started, I haven't had a lot of social responsibility that I'm able to do yet, but I do plan to do that. I plan to help with missions in our diocese. I plan to help perhaps support even more the schools that my kids went to that taught them their faith. And I would love to also support veterans, military veterans, because that's something that's near and dear to my heart too. So those are where I am heading, along with, of course, once we have our debt paid off and things like that. After having 4 kids going to public universities, there is some debt there that we need to pay off. So that'll be
Absolutely.
first, and then the social responsibilities will come second, or will get bigger as I go along.
And I think just, because you are so much about community, you're so much about family and things like that as well. You know, we have to look after our own home first. And I mean, you're an empty nester, you know, parent with your husband, you know, four kids, you know, going through education is definitely a string on the financial purse, that's for sure.
Yes.
But, you know, we have to look after our own home first. But, you know, just with the intention behind giving back to the community, that just adds to, you know, a belief and a value system that when we're in that right place and everything's okay, you know, in our own foundations, that intention to give back to community is just such a real emotion that a lot of people, you know, really need to tap into more. And I know you will follow through because you're a woman of integrity, Teresa.
Oh,
And
thank
have you
you.
ever faced a situation maybe where your business was disrupted or criticized even because of your beliefs? And how did you navigate that situation if it's ever happened?
Well, it hasn't happened yet just because I am just getting started. But I know that not everybody is a fan of the Catholic Church and the Catholic faith. So I know there will be somebody along the way that doesn't want to work with me strictly because I am Catholic, or may even throw some hate my way. But, you know, it's up to me to respond as Christ would and lovingly pray for them and just pass on what they're trying to get me to do, or you know, pass on the work that they want done, direct them towards somebody else that can help them in a better situation than I'm in, and you know, or sees more eye to eye with them, and you know, just really be treat them with love, dignity, and respect, and that's all I can do.
Absolutely. And I think sometimes it's through a lack of understanding. That's why this podcast series is just so relevant and needed to shine that light on faith-based people in business, because people are so quick to criticize, you know, those keyboard warriors, you know, the hurt people hurt people. And I love what you said about, you know, direct them on their way, you know, almost a bless and release type of thing.
Yeah.
But
Yeah. And years ago, I would have really been devastated by what they said, or really hurt and kind of internalized it and ruminated over it for much longer than I should. But I've learned over the last few years to bless and release, like you're talking about, and to understand that they're in a place of pain and misunderstanding, and that's why they're acting out the way they are.
Absolutely. It's a testimony to a lot of the personal growth that we do. Yeah, most definitely. And have you ever found your faith has provided you with a unique network of support, or have you had to seek out that support?
Well, I think it's kind of both, because with the Catholic faith, there's just that instant bond because we're one Catholic, holy, and apostolic faith. But there's not a lot of people that have the same level of traditional beliefs or conservative beliefs that I have. So I have had to seek out some support in certain areas where others may not look.
What kind of areas, if you don't mind me asking, would you have to seek out that support?
Well, there is a couple of Catholic women in business networking groups on Facebook, so I'm involved with those. So
Yeah, it's always great to surround yourself with people that are like-minded, not only in
right,
business, but also for
right,
personal support as well, right?
right, exactly.
Yeah, no, that is fantastic. And, you know, there's so much help online. Seeking that out and surrounding yourself with people is absolutely fantastic. And Teresa, what advice would you give to other women in business that are seeking to, you know, build a strong support system?
Well, we are, I've heard that we are the sum of the five people that we surround ourselves with. And so I would just suggest that you go out and you find people who are kind and encouraging and loving and all of those things that you are, and you know, share the same faith as you, because that really does make a difference. And when you do that, you're going to surround yourself with the right people who are going to cheer you on and support you as you go on your journey. And they're going to be your companion on your journey, which is very important to me. In
Oh,
fact, that's why I've named my business Companions on the Journey Proofreading.
ah, fantastic. Fantastic. That actually makes sense. That is so catchy as well, and so relatable for people if they come across that on the scroll. That really catches your attention. That's
Yeah.
absolutely
I
amazing.
want to be their companion on their writing journey, helping them get their writing to the best it can be.
That is fantastic. What an absolutely wonderful, powerful, and insightful details that you shared with us today. Being a faith based woman in business and sharing all of the perspectives that has made you start your new business and want to be able to serve people at a higher level in something you're passionate about, in something that you've gone and invested in and learnt, and now you can share that expertise. You're surrounding yourself with a supportive network, with like minded people on a personal growth journey. That is just a testimony to the thought leader that Teresa Fink, here with us today, that we're honored to have with us today, is actually sharing with you. We're going to share where to connect with Teresa in our show notes. So make sure you go and check them out. And what kind of message would you like us to leave the audience on today, Teresa?
Oh, just really focus on what God is calling you to do. And it may take some real deep prayer and introspection, but he does have that purpose for you, and he does want you to know what it is. It may not always be easy to identify, but it's something that we need to seek out and try to fulfill.
That is wonderful words of advice, as always, from our thought leader, Teresa Fink, the faith based woman in business. And we'll see you on the next Faith Based Women in Business episode. Thank you for joining.